All right, all right, all right. How is everybody today? I'm going to take on an interesting little project today. I'm going to do shrimp and grits, a healthy version of shrimp and grits. And I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit uneasy about cooking fish of any kind. Even the shellfish, I've always just been worried about overcooking it or undercooking it, and I've never really felt that proficient. And I've only made this recipe one time, so that makes me kind of doubly nervous about it, but here we go. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just a disaster. So, anyway, and I think the first time that I made it, I actually pre-bought the shrimp cooked, and so that I wouldn't have to actually cook it. This time I didn't do that. I just bought the frozen bag. I just made sure it wasn't a farm out of China. Just kind of make sure you're comfortable of where the shrimp is coming from, and defrosted it. It's right over here, and I'm going to put it in this bag and mix it up with some Cajun seasoning. If I pour it in, it'll probably be a disaster. So, don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to put the shrimp in here. And then basically, this is a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, and I'm going to put it in here. Actually, it's a half a tablespoon of the seasoning. My bad. Okay. And I'm already heating up the grill, the stove top. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up. Get that seasoning all over it. Now, Tony Chachere's does have a low sodium Cajun mix, which I would recommend. Sometimes, it can be a little bit salty, if you're used to not eating much salt. Okay, so mixing it all up, okay? And then I'm just going to cook it for 2 or 3 minutes on each side. All right, so I'm going to spread it out in the pan. I probably need to turn up the heat a little bit more. Again, this is what always concerns me about any kind of seafood. I love shrimp, I love shellfish, but I'm always worried that I'm not going to cook it long enough, and nobody wants to get sick from fish, right? I mean, that's like one of the worst. So I'm going to set my timer and try to do my best to time that. So this is shrimp and cauliflower grits. So if you want the recipe, just let me know and I'll send it to you. So it serves 2, and it's going to give 1 leanest, 3 green, and 2 healthy fats, and 3 condiments. And for the working parent, if you're the working parent cooking in your home, and I would say this recipe to me is a little bit more moderate on time. It's not as simple as some of my other ones. This would be a time where you would want to go ahead and buy the rice cauliflower possibly, just to make it a little bit easier for you. But it's really not that complicated. I think it's just more of a fear factor like that I have about cooking seafood. It's just a little bit of a mental block. So we have it cooking here, and yep, it's cooking really nice. Alrighty, so it looks like we're getting the shrimp fairly cooked. It's been cooking for about 6 minutes now. So now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. And let's see, how much of, this is a tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, and we're just going to let it simmer for about a minute. I set my timer. Again, when I'm cooking something like this that I'm uneasy about, then I get really big on the whole timing, you know, and really utilizing that, because I feel uncomfortable with just eyeballing it when it comes to fish and things like that. So anyway, I'm just gonna let this shrimp in here simmer with the lemon juice and the broth, and it's definitely cooking really well. Okay, and then let's see what is next. I'm gonna heat butter over a medium. It's a tablespoon of butter. We're gonna heat that over medium heat. I've got it on low because I was trying to get the butter to melt. And we're gonna add the rice cauliflower, 2½ cups of rice cauliflower, and we're gonna cook that for 5 minutes. And then we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, and okay, so a 1/2 cup of almond milk and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna cook for another 5 minutes. So it's gonna be about 10 minutes total. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this heat up. Okay, so here is my rice cauliflower. Again, you can buy this in the store. You don't have to rice your own. It's cheaper if you rice your own, but if time is an issue for you, then by all means, buy it already, and most grocery stores have it already done for you. So, so we're gonna let this cook for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna add the milk and the salt. So back in just a sec. All right, so we're coming up on 5 minutes on this cauliflower. It's been cooking in the tablespoon of butter. Pretty simple. I've been stirring it periodically, but nothing very high maintenance. Not like it's gravy or anything like that. And then we're going to add. Let's go ahead and. Okay, now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of unsweetened almond milk. And this is, I think, oh, this is a 1/4 tablespoon of salt. So this is this Himalayan salt. It sticks in the, I guess it's kind of wet. I don't know. Anyway, so, all right. So we're just going to cook this now for 5 minutes because, you know, we got to get the cauliflower completely cooked. So again, we're just going to cook in that stuff, and then when it's done, we will add, yeah, I did start the timer. When this is done, we will add the cheese and some sour cream, and then put the shrimp on top and have supper for two. All right. We've been cooking it for almost 5 minutes now, so it is just about ready. That timer is about to go off. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the heat, and I'm just going to put in some of the cheese, and that's a 1/3 cup of low-fat cheddar, and then this is 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Let me see if this is low-fat sour cream or not. I don't remember. It just says 2 tablespoons of sour cream. So, all right. Now we're just going to mix it up, get it to melt. Now, I guess you could probably cook this cauliflower in the microwave. I mean, I cook cauliflower in the microwave too. If this seemed like too big of a hassle, you could do that. Okay. Now you just gotta split it in two. That's pretty easy. Dish it out. Every little crumb. Alrighty, so, and then now we get to divide up the shrimp that is sitting here already. Might be a little bit, you get a lot of shrimp because you're basically getting a half a pound of shrimp here. Quite a bit of shrimp. And it really, I think that may have been my first time to really cook shrimp. Not too bad. It's one of those things you just gotta kick fear in the face, right? I'm just trying to get the shrimp out without getting all the juice. Oh no, Snuggle! Snuggle gets a shrimp. Come here, Snug. Snuggle's the dog. She's like, oh boy. She's so excited right now. You'll have no idea. Okay. All right. And then basically we are going to, oh dear, y'all couldn't even see me scooping them out. That's so sad. I didn't realize. So sorry. Okay. So we're going to put some chives, top it off. Do you hear Snuggle? She's smacking down there. That's what she's doing. So, ooh, doesn't this look good? So your little shrimp and grits, this is a whole meal. Look how much food that is. So exciting. I always love when I kind of kick fear in the face and just go off and do something. And you non-cookers out there, y'all can do it too, I promise. So have a super Wellness Wednesday, and we'll see you soon. Bye.